Hey everyone, welcome back for another weekly update for Libby Loses It. Thought I would be in the kitchen again and I'm just going to look outside at some trees and the pool. Though it has gone overcast now, it was a bit brighter earlier on. So first of all, I will start by sharing with you the video footage that I took throughout the week. It was a bit of an up and down week and a bit of an up and down with filming as well. So you see some days they've got a bit and other days they've got not much at all. So apologies, but here we go. I admit I did not want to go for a walk today, not at all. Not feeling quite as bad as I did yesterday, the day before, but still got a bit of headache. But I thought I'll go, even if it's a really slow walk, it's going better than nothing. So I did actually did a fast walk, did my normal walk. So not feeling great now, feel a little bit icky in the tummy actually, but my head's actually not too bad. My glasses are starting to fog up. I walked fast enough to get sweaty, even though it's actually slightly cool out there. I didn't wear a jacket, but my skin was a bit cold, but then like I said, I'm sweaty now and my glasses are fogging. So it's hard to be in a good mental place today when, as you have seen from last week's report, my weight is actually up from last week. How on earth? I don't know. Yes, I admit I didn't follow the Tone It Up plan properly. I think at this stage in my life I just can't. But I think the biggest thing is just the insulin resistance is just totally against me. So I start my increased medication today, so I guess we'll see if that has some good results, I hope, because it's really, really frustrating. And it is hard. Like, I don't want junk food, but like I'd like to be able to have like even last night I went for a healthier bread rather than a wrap. Like, so I'm continually trying, nothing after dinner. Like, I know I'm not perfect, but I really am trying, and so frustrating when you don't get the results. I do find it hard with a vegetarian diet to not be a high carb diet, which I know is not good for the insulin resistance. It's just really hard. So I try and make better carb choices, but like this morning, I really want a bagel. I don't know if it's going to win yet or not. And it's only a white bagel. It's not even like a grain bagel or anything. But it's really hard to stay motivated when you're not getting... I don't know if I'm getting no rewards. I am getting the reward and that I'm feeling better and I'm getting a bit more energy. But the main result I'm after. Wellness is important, but at the moment, the biggest way I believe I can get well is by losing weight. And I'm not getting that result. So, oh dear, I'm sweating like anything. So I'm going to have a glass of water, cool down, and then let's see what I choose for my breakfast. But I actually put the bagels away because they were calling my name, but I'm still thinking I might be having a bagel for breakfast. But see if I can talk myself out of it. See, the bagel has won. But I actually got the packet out, I read the ingredients, and the information on the packet, trying to talk myself out of having it. But a bagel is actually higher in protein than what I thought, so I decided to go with it. I'm actually planning on having a green protein smoothie sort of around 11 before I go to an appointment at lunchtime and having a late lunch. So, that's what I feel like, so I'm just going to have it. And I've got my metformin to take, and also, like I said, I had that at the same time every day, so I need to try and get into a habit of having breakfast at a more regular time. So we're going to go with 8:30, try and have it before 8:30, rather than like, 9:30, 10 o'clock sometimes, because I take my nighttime one obviously around 6:30, so they better be a bit more spaced out, I would think, to be helpful. But obviously, I don't really know how the metformin, I know how it works, but I don't know how the timing of it works. But it does say the same time every day, and it does say with some food, so, and some water. So that's what I'm having. I'm just going to share. Mum bought these finger buns. I forgot you weren't having sugar, and I bought them. I just wanted for everyone. But no one really likes these ones in our family anyway. We like the I'll show you what I bought one for Chrissy, the one that she does like, with the sort of soft icing on it. So that's for Chrissy. And I think Kevin might want to have his, and then I think it's going to take the rest, because she doesn't like them either. She's going to take them to school tomorrow, and she'll barter them for something else at school. Now I've got honey mustard corn fillet. I'm a bit hungry tonight, so I'm having some popcorn as a snack. it's now lunchtime, but I'll fill you in for the morning. Unfortunately, I woke up with a really killer headache again. I think it's just starting to ease up now. Hopefully it's gone away for good for the day. So I didn't get out for my walk. Watching the cycling again. Bit of an addict here. So I got hungry quite early and didn't have any chia cookies made, so I had 4 of the corn Cruskets with a Laughing Cow cheese, which is a pretty good choice. I kind of forget about that sometimes as an option to have for a kind of a light snack or a meal. So I had that, and then I did make a very not a good choice after that. I had a muffin, a chocolate chip muffin that I made for the rest of the family yesterday. They're a healthier muffin, but they're not really a healthy muffin, if that makes sense. They've got self-raising flour in them, wholemeal self-raising flour, and they've got Rapadura sugar in them. So they're not the worst, but they're not great. But anyway, I had one of them, so let's call that my treat. I haven't had many treats of late besides my chia cookies. And then I had breakfast, which was, I had a quesadilla. So I had you can tell it wasn't a very great food morning. So I had a wrap with cheese and hummus. So I wasn't feeling good. When I feel good, I find it really hard to know what to have. I don't tend to feel like smoothies. I didn't feel like spending a lot of time in the kitchen, doing scrambled. Not that scrambled eggs are very hard, and I probably should have done something like that, but I wasn't feeling like that. So yeah, anyway, that's what we had. And then I had my friend Mel come over for a couple of hours, which was nice to catch up. And during that time, I had 2 chia cookies and a couple of cups of tea. So now I'm just having my lunch, which is the usual salad, except for my dressing. I'm not having hummus today because my hummus supply is getting low. So I'm having, I'll turn the camera around and show you. So there is the usual salad, but I'm going to have my Goddess Greek salad dressing today. I really like this one. It's a healthy, good for me one. I'm going to have to go back to Canberra to get some more when I run out, or try and order some online. So that's my lunch. I'm going to have that now since it is well past 2 o'clock. Well, I've got a bit of news for you. I'm just going to put these teacups down first. Had a phone call last night from my doctor to tell me, yes, my iron level was brought back down again, which is what I thought, considering I felt exactly the same before. Back down to 16. So she suggested taking double my iron dose of vitamin iron supplement, and if I'm still the same in 2 weeks, I hope not. If I'm still the same in a few weeks, to go back, and she'll refer me to a haematologist for an iron transfusion. So it seems that I'm not absorbing the iron. Like, obviously I'm taking it in, but my body is not absorbing it. So my stores are going back down again. So as I said, no surprise, because I know how I felt last night. At 5 o'clock, I just died on the couch. My head was just literally going to explode, like way worse than has been before. Felt sick in the stomach, so I had no way I could make dinner last night. So Kevin brought in some noodles for them, and I just got the fried rice that I like. Even struggled to eat that, but I did in case they helped me feel better. Didn't really, I don't think, but I thought maybe some food would be good, but my stomach settle it down. But I ended up going to bed at 8:15 because I was just in, so much pain, I guess, that I just thought I'm just going to go to bed. And I took some Panadine again just in case it helped, which it might have. So I managed to go and read for a little, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes or so before I turned off the light and went to sleep. But, fell asleep, turned out the light, because I fell asleep reading my book. So I feel slightly a bit better at the minute now, and I'm up and about. But not great. I'm not going to take the dogs. I'll see if me and Pop might take them for a walk later on. I'm just heating up the rest of that fried rice to have for my breakfast. And I'm not surprised because I know how I feel, but I just can't believe it's happened again. Just, as I said, once it hits, you just can't do anything. So now I know today, maybe just after lunch I'll try and get dinner organised and then put in the fridge and we'll reheat it later on. Because, but I couldn't do anything last night. Yeah. So, hopefully today won't be as bad. Now start the extra medication. So, extra medication for the insulin resistance. Oh my gosh, it's like, what is my body trying to tell me here? It's telling me something. I've cleaned up my diet and it's still not happy. So here's today's breakfast. I actually thought of adding an egg to it, but I think I'll just see how I go with this, and yeah, that should be fun. So I'm not really hungry, but it's kind of, I know I've got to eat and I've got to have my metformin tablets, and you're supposed to have that with food, so that'll be easy. It'll be easy to eat, and it's appealing, so it's not too bad. Okay, I'm just back from seeing the doctor who did my weight loss surgery back in 2007, and he's given me a lot to think about. So yes, he's basically said that I'm not going to be able to lose weight through healthy eating and exercise. The statistics show that once you've been overweight, I guess, for a significant portion of your life or whatever, it just doesn't happen. The damage has been done. And I'm going to get emotional again. I had a good cry in his office. He was patient with me, and I think it's good. I have to obviously accept I still need to eat well and exercise, but to maintain my weight. He said that's the goal, is to maintain my weight, not to gain any more, and to maintain the health that I have at the moment. I'm not in a particularly bad way. The insulin resistance, he said, yeah, I think most overweight people are insulin resistant, so he wasn't concerned or phased at all about that. So yeah, he thought going to the dietitian was a good idea to look at my dietary needs, but again with the goal to maintain my weight, not to lose. He said, like, recent studies have showed studies like 70,000 people who eat well and exercise regularly, I think 1 in 6, he said, will lose 10% of their body weight and keep it off for 5 years. So he said the only way to really lose weight is basically to starve yourself, like 800 calories a day until you lose weight, and then 1,200 calories for the rest of your life. And he said, and that's just not doable for people. It's not, people just can't, when you're this weight, you cannot do it. Weight loss surgery allows you to do that because it puts you into starvation, basically. So yeah, so obviously I've got a bit of coming to terms to do, but it's going to take a bit of while. Obviously I'm going to go sit again. So I certainly don't really want to be overweight the rest of my life. I guess it's something I definitely need to give a go. He said you never know, might be one of the lucky ones, one of the 1 in 6 actually loses some weight. But not to expect it. And I think this probably might be a good approach for me, because the problem is I get upset with the scale, I get frustrated, as you guys know, and then I know eventually if the scales don't move, I will chuck the towel in and I will gain my weight. I mean, that's probably what happened when I got sick, but not so I got sick. And I didn't maintain my well eating habits. I couldn't exercise, but I didn't maintain the good eating habits because I was sick. So he said, do good eating, exercise for 6 months, and then to go back and I guess we'll discuss things. He said there's some new medications that are coming out shortly that might be worth looking at, that might actually help with the weight loss. I mean, I really trust this guy. He's like one of the best weight loss surgeons and gastroenterologist specialists in Australia. And he tells you what's what, and I knew that he wouldn't just say go have surgery, which he didn't. He said I haven't got health problems at the moment, I weigh less than I used to, but I just have to accept that even eating well and exercising, I'm not going to lose weight. So he hasn't told me that before, no one's told me that before. I'm kind of see the proof in it and the evidence, but the problem is I just usually get frustrated and then gain even more weight. So yes, mentally it's going to take a bit of work to get through that and accept that. And but that's what I'm going to work on for now. First of all, to digest this information, and just I guess keep on eating the way I've been eating, because I've been eating really well. and feeling good for it. So except for the low iron now, but you know, focus on keeping well, which is what I was doing last year and what I was doing until I got sick, really. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go back to doing. So Friday morning here, still very much trying to process all the information I got from the doctor yesterday and coming to terms with things. But food, I'm still being good. I'm still not feeling crash hot this morning. Probably not as bad as it was yesterday. Earlier I was pretty sore, but when I get up and move I tend to feel a bit better. So I've just had my shower, as you can see, washed my hair and whatnot, and just having some breakfast. Do you know what I felt like? I decided on banana on toast. Which, yes, it's a high carb breakfast, but until I see the dietitian, I'm just going to go with, well, there's multigrain bread and a banana. But I think until I see the doctor, I'm just going to go with what I feel like having. That's, I know it's healthy for most people. And then I guess we'll see what she has to say about things. I mean, I don't have that kind of breakfast every day, as you know. I just don't feel like protein shakes are great when I'm exercising, like they're a great breakfast, but when I'm not exercising, I don't tend to feel like that sort of breakfast. I'm going to have this while toast is still warm, watch some more cycling, and I'll, yeah, when I get my thought in order, I'll be sure to let you all know what I'm doing and where I'm up to. Well, looks like I didn't, look at me, what a fright. Sorry, I didn't really record much over the weekend, I don't think. I'll, if I've got anything, I'll put some photos in of the food. I'll probably have done that already, so you'll have seen if I did photograph some of my meals. So yeah, it's now Monday afternoon. Fortunately, I've still been feeling really poorly. Got no energy. Takes, you know, I just hang out the washing and I come back in puffed and exhausted. So no exercise still. I don't know the last time I walked. I haven't probably walked in about a week. But I am still eating really well, and I've come to terms with my appointment that I had last week with my doctor, and I'll go into that a bit more at the end of the video, so that'll be tomorrow at the end of the video. But I think I've sorted through that information now, and yeah, come out the other side. But yeah, so I did have some very delicious overnight oats this morning for breakfast, and I'll put a photo of them here because I forgot to video it. They were really yummy, and I'm just about to have today's lunch. Get a very yummy salad again. I added a little bit of cheese today. Might just a little tiny bit of grated cheese on top, with some nice bit of Mersey Valley cheese, and just all the usual suspects. And I've been using the Greek salad dressing and really enjoying that, but I've not got much left, so I'm having hummus today instead. And Chrissy's made us dinner tonight.
Hello.
Did a good job. It's the first time making
Food.
Well, you made food before. You don't often make dinner. And she's pretty much all by herself. I had to help a little bit with scooping out the potatoes, but otherwise, big. Yes, it's very big. Probably should have put some baking paper down.
I wonder if you could trick people and believe. I wonder if you would been able to trick them and make them believe that was mine and that was yours.
Yes.
I don't think so.
No, it's really good, Dal. Thank you.
Cutlery.
So good. I've got mushrooms in mine and cheese. Sweet potato. Yummy.
And sour cream.
Okay, so now you're sort of fairly caught up. As you can see, it was a bit of an emotional week, particularly after I saw my weight loss surgeon. Having had now a few days, or most of the week really, I guess, to process the information that he gave me. So I'm just looking at Bailey's. Don't know what he's doing. yeah, I was able to digest the information now, and I can understand what he was saying to me now, and I've actually been putting it into practice, so that's been good. So I haven't really abandoned hope of losing weight, but what I'm doing is when I'm thinking about my dietary choices and what I eat and how much I eat, and that I'm looking at, is that going to make me feel well? Is that going to help maintain my weight? Rather than the emphasis being on losing weight. And I really think this is a mental shift I did need to make, because as you guys know, in last week's video I was frustrated at the slow weight loss. Whereas rather than celebrating any amount that I do lose, which is what I do now, since he said it's going to be virtually impossible to lose weight, and obviously the insulin resistance, which he didn't care about, the other doctors said that makes it hard to lose weight. So basically it's mission impossible. So I'm just focused now on keeping well and maintaining my weight, and then any weight that I do lose, which I'm pretty sure I will lose weight, any weight that I do lose, that's a bonus, and that's well deserved, I guess, and that's something to cheer about rather than go, oh, that wasn't very much. It's like, yay, I lost some weight. And as you might be gathering, I actually have lost quite a bit of weight this week. I had a big weight loss this week. I lost 1.2 kilos, which is 2.5 pounds. So this was my biggest loss. Yeah, I lost 1.5 the first week, then 0.4 last week, which was why and 1.2 this week. So in the 3 weeks, I've lost 3.1 kilos, which is about 6.6 pounds, I think. 6.3 pounds, 7 pounds. I don't know. 3.1 by 2.2. My brain doesn't work good for maths anymore. So 6.5, 7-ish pounds anyway. Pretty much right on target really if you were focused on weight loss, which I am no longer focused on weight loss. I do really though in my heart of hearts want to lose the weight that I regained when I was sick. If I can get back to that weight, which is still another 7 odd kilos away, I'll be happy, but I'll be happier because pretty much most of the clothes in my wardrobe, well, everything in my current wardrobe, not up above or boxed away, but everything in the wardrobe should fit, which means I've pretty much got a complete summer wardrobe and a complete winter wardrobe, which at the moment I don't have. So, but we just take one day at a time. The biggest thing is, since I'm not eating hardly any processed sugar, my appetite is way down, and my desire for sugary, fatty foods is way down. So I'm really not eating much compared to how I used to eat. I think I've only walked once this week. I walked again today, but last week I only go out for one walk because my iron levels are way back down again, which I've been feeling pretty poorly. But as you can tell now, the food side of it is really good. Just haven't had to do any exercise this week, just not been up to it. So my snacking has gone down dramatically, and obviously my sugar consumption's gone down. I was out for morning tea today with my friend Mel, and I was actually hungry because it's like 11:30, and I had my breakfast back at 8:30, which was a smoothie today, so I was actually hungry, but I didn't know what to have. Like I could have had a sandwich, but I thought I was going to myself when I get home. I didn't really want a full sandwich, so I ended up ordering a piece of raspberry and pear bread. This will be really next week's video, but anyway. Yeah, but I ate about just over half of it, and I'd had enough. That was all I needed. So, and that's weird for me to leave like a cake. But at the bakery, it's a bakery where I absolutely love the apple turnovers and chocolate eclairs and cupcakes. And honestly, I kind of glanced over that food, but I didn't even really look at it. It just wasn't what I was after. I was after something proper. Look, they had some salads. They had pumpkin and feta salad, which looked really, really nice. And that would have been a perfect snack if I'm going to have like a sandwich or something for lunch. But knowing I was having my salad for lunch, I thought, oh, I don't know, I'm going to want 2 salads. So that's why I didn't go for the salad route. And the sandwiches were pretty big, so again, that's why I thought I'd just get the bread, and that was probably a good choice. I didn't even eat it all. I just had it. It was enough to feed off my hunger, and that was it. And then 2 hours later, I had my salad when I come home. So my whole approach to food has changed so much, and I really do attribute and thank that all to not having hardly any processed sugar. Like, I know that's going to be the secret to any success that I have, and that's something Dr. Talbot doesn't know about. He doesn't know that my body really responds well to no sugar or very little sugar in my diet. So it'll be interesting. I'll go back and see him in 6 months, and I'm hoping to, as I say, I'm one of the few people that actually succeeded. But I think he's 100% right. I can't expect to lose weight. I've done a lot of damage to my body over the years, and the price is virtually impossible to lose weight. But I am hopeful that I can still do it, and I really do believe I can, because my eating habits have changed dramatically. And I think that's at the bottom, underneath what he was saying. That's what he wants me to do. He wants me to change my eating habits, and if I'm eating well and exercising consistently, weight loss will happen without the focus being on it. So I hope you guys kind of understand what I'm saying. I know when I first reported on my meeting I was pretty emotional and upset now, so I hope everything makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know and I'll try and clarify it for you a bit. But besides not having any energy with the low iron levels and having constant headaches for the last week pretty much, I really am mentally I'm feeling fantastic. It's such a shame my body's letting me down at the minute, because yeah, I feel really pretty awesome, which is good. I think it's a bit different to last week's report when I was like, I'm never going to lose weight. Now it's like, I don't know if I'm ever going to lose weight, but I think I will, and I probably will. But if I don't, the biggest thing is not to gain any more weight and to maintain the health that I have, which, besides the iron, I'm pretty healthy, and that's what the doctor said too. He said, you're pretty healthy besides that issue. That issue will fix itself, and if I can maintain my weight and eat well and exercise consistently, then hopefully I'll avoid any other further issues. So that's probably a lot of rambling from me. I hope it's not too much, but you obviously had a bit to offload this week. So I hope all you guys are doing well. I've watched a few weight loss reports videos for this week already, and it seems like everyone's going good. But I do want to encourage you to perhaps follow my lead. And I just watched Beverly from Living Eclectic, and she was saying she's not getting on the scales at the minute because she knows if she does and they give her a bad report that she'll go on a binge. So she's just been doing a measurement, and the measurements have gone down. So she's obviously doing something really right there with her food and exercise if she's exercising. So she's obviously doing something right, and I think we all need to learn to not focus on the scales, not focus on weight loss. Now I also do believe what Dr. Talbot was saying, that what my doctor was saying was specifically towards me, who's had weight issues for 20 odd years, and has been big for for most of those years. So I don't, if you've only got 10 kilos to lose, or you've only been overweight like for a short period of time, I don't think those comments would be directed at you, but it's just people who've been, I guess, chronic obesity, you might say, and have dieted and failed and dieted and failed and dieted and failed, but, oh gosh, it's probably like 25 years for me. Well, it would be, yeah, 25 years. So there really isn't much hope. I don't know really why I would expect to diet as such and lose weight, because if it hasn't worked in 25 years, it's not right now. But I'm doing it differently. I've cut sugar out of my diet, and I'm focused on wellness and health and maintaining that for the next second half of my life. So I encourage you to do the same anyway. Have a little think about it. Anyway, if I haven't seen any videos from you and you want to let me know how you're going, if you're doing it behind the scenes or on your own, let me know. I'm always happy to have a bit of a communication and see how you're going. So I hope you're all doing well anyway, whether you're trying to lose weight or not. Health is always important. So even if you're a lucky person even if you're lucky enough to be naturally skinny, exercise and eating well is still important for all of us, no matter what size or shape we are. So I will talk to you again next week for another Libby Visit. Goodbye.